Hello! This is another video for M.E.R.C.S second edition. This time going through the C.C.C faction cards. So starting with the corporate card. The corporate traits: Nano armor, C.C.C armor self-repairs in 2 refresh phases after it has failed. So if any model has broken armour for 2 turns, at the end of the second turn it self-repairs. So pretty much same as it was before. Reliable, C.C.C armour has a low arm failure rate. This is applied. That's kind of changed. This used to apply to the repair value, or interact as it's known now, and for courage value, which it's kind of low for a lot of them anyway. Nothing too altered, nothing too bad. It's all good so far. So going on first to the leader. Modifier of 0, reaction of 7, courage of 3, movement of 2, 3 blood, 2 armour, 2 arm failure, 5 interact. So he's got semi-auto, 2 attacks needing 6s, strength 2, can attack in short, medium or long range. It's got attack and move, which in this case means you move 1 card less and plus 2 FN, so you can only move 1 and you need 8s. And he's also got an EMP grenade, which you throw that and it is automatically broken, which has changed. It used to be plus 2 to the arm failure check, which that is going to be a big problem to some people. It is short range, so it is conditional. Probably not going to use it that often. Personal abilities of the leader: leadership. All members of this team in short range, including this M.E.R.C., increase their dice rolls by 1. This didn't used to include the leader for leadership, which, you know, is a bit of a boost to it. And also lucky, this M.E.R.C. may negate 1 attack dice roll against himself per skirmish, which means you get to negate 1 hit against this model per game. That's been decreased slightly, but I'll get onto that with the factions that might negate it. So that's him. So coming on to the heavy. Initiative modifier of 0, reaction of 4, courage of 5, movement of 1, blood of 3, 3 armour, 3 arm failure, 6 interact. He got a full auto, same as he had before. 3 attacks, needing 8, strength of 3, short, medium and long range. Set and rip template. So basically the same as it was before, but set and rip now is, if you don't have to set, but if you do, you're -1 FN to needing hit things. So if he sets for a turn, like he did in first edition, you'd only need 7s in the turn afterwards. So personal abilities shall hold together. This M.E.R.C. may re-roll failed arm checks 1 time. This means each time this model needs to roll for arm failure, it can re-roll each failed attempt once. Wall of lead: when this M.E.R.C. forces a suppression check, the target's courage roll is decreased by 1. So it's effectively plus 2 to whatever you need when you're being suppressed by that model. So pretty good. The sniper. Focus there. Initiative modifier of 1, reaction of 5, courage of 5, movement of 3, blood of 3, armour of 1, armour failure of 2, interact of 6. He's got a single shot, which 1 attack needing 4, strength 4, medium or long range, load aim, and pistol, base or short range, 1 attack, needing 4s, strength 1, aim. So go on to the back. Aim means you wait a turn, and the turn after your attacks with weapons that need aim are -1 FN, so the sniper's attacks need 3s rather than 4s. And load, you have to wait a turn to fire your weapon. This kind of changes how snipers work. Most snipers needed 2 turns. Aim's optional now, so most snipers only need 1. So personal abilities, crack shot, which haven't changed. This M.E.R.C.S may score 1 success per skirmish, which is pretty good. It does say in the book that lucky does not negate this, so that can be quite powerful. Precision, this M.E.R.C.S increases attack roll on Overwatch checks by 1. So yeah, sniper rifles can go on Overwatch. Can't go on suppression, I do believe. So that's that one. Coming on to the incinerator. Initiative modifier of 1, reaction of 4, courage of 5, movement of 1, blood of 4, armour of 3, armour failure of 4, interact of 7. She's got flamethrower, base, short, medium, so it's 2 card lengths essentially. 1 attack, which auto hits, strength of 2, sweep, template burning 2, and you can do it like this, but you don't have to, so you can just fire it forwards within 2 card lengths, or have it as a template, which if there's going to be friendlies in there, they're going to get hit as well. Burning 2, oh, has it got explosive on it? No, it doesn't. Yeah, it should have explosive on the front. Burning 2, this attack is successful, the target's armor failure and courage rolls are decreased by 1 for 2 rounds. In addition, targets gain 2 burning tokens and is considered suppressed for 2 rounds. So you take a burn token off each turn. So explosive, when this M.E.R.C.S is killed, roll an armor failure check. If the result is a failure, each M.E.R.C.S in short range suffers 1 blood. Needing 4, so most of the time you're going to pass it, but there's that odd chance you're not, which is going to be a problem. So personal abilities, escape artist, this M.E.R.C.S ignores the pin status effect, and tough as they come, this M.E.R.C.S has 1 additional blood. This is applied. Made better, but also made worse, I feel the incinerator is. So coming on to the demo. Initiative modifier of 2, reaction of 6, courage of 4, movement of 2, 3 blood, 2 armour, 3 arm failure and 3 interact. It's got semi-auto, same as the leaders, so no point in going over that. Exactly the same in 3 frag grenades, which is basically confined within 2 card lengths. 1 attack, auto hitting, needing strength of 3, throw 2, which is 2 card lengths, and template, which is much bigger than it was before. Mobile, this M.E.R.C.S may attack while bounding as if he is using attack and move. So essentially, bounding, if you look in the M.E.R.C.S Minis Madness videos, you'll find out what that is. But essentially, bounding means you could only just move. This means you can attack and move as well, which is very nice. Heroic, this M.E.R.C.S increases all dice rolls by 1 at medium or long range from his team members. Just used to be at short range, but now you have to be 2 card lengths away, which kind of makes sense. So the medic, coming on to the medic. Initiative modifier of 0, reaction of 6, courage of 5, movement of 3, 3 blood, 2 armour, 3 arm failure, 7 interact. Carbine, which is kind of new for most models. 2 attacks, needing 5s, strength of 2, base, short or medium range, It's basically 2 card lengths, but you've got more mobility on how you attack, and it's got attack and move, which in this case is +1 to hit, so you need 6s. Medkit, it's base range, and you've got 3. Heal 2, which means you heal 2 blood rather than 1. Act to move, which means you can move and then use the medkit, or use the medkit then move, which you couldn't do before, but really it makes a difference. Personal abilities, no one gets left behind. This M.E.R.C. may drag an adjacent team member with broken armour his remaining movement points as part of his movement this round. As far as I can tell, it's this model's remaining movement, not the broken armed M.E.R.C.'s remaining movement. Speedy, this M.E.R.C. has +1 extra movement point. This is applied, that's why it's got 3 movement points rather than 2. So the medic's been improved no end. Coming on to the Breacher. Focus. Initiative modifier of 2, reaction of 6, courage of 4, movement of 2, 3 blood, 2 armour, 3 arm failure, 4 interact. Got carbine, which is the same as the medics. So it's got breach, 2 of these. Can only use it in base of any cover. Breach, act 2, which means you create a base shape, base length hole, the length of a base of these models, so people can move back and through the terrain essentially. Act 2, when you use breach, let's come on to it. Act 2, if the breach action is successful, because you've got to make a, well, you don't have to make any check, you just have to see if it's long enough. If the breach action is successful, this M.E.R.C. gains an additional activation at initiative 2, ignoring the effects of the M.E.R.C.'s first initiative activation was on a 1 or 2. So if you've rolled low enough, then too bad really. Personal abilities, Doorman. All other members of this M.E.R.C. team in short range may increase or decrease their initiative by 1 when this M.E.R.C. uses breach, which pretty important, pretty tactical. They shall build, this M.E.R.C. gains 1 additional attack immediately if in short range of a member of his team being killed. So if someone in short range on the same side has died, he gets to make 1 free attack against them. Pretty good. So coming on excuse me, coming on to one of the new guys, the Spotter. A bit overpowered for C.C.C, but hey ho. Initiative modifier of 1, reaction of 4, courage of 6, movement of 3, blood of 3, armour of 1, armour failure of 2, interact of 8. So ain't going to repair an arm that easily. Machine pistols, which is base short range, so within 1 card length. 2 attacks needing 5s. Strength of 1, attack and move, which is +1 FN. I don't see why pistols haven't got it. If you noticed on the sniper, it still didn't have move on and shoot on its pistol, which is a bit silly. You can shoot with machine pistols or semi-autos, but not with rifles. And I don't mean sniper rifles. But anyway, it's also got range finder, which is base or short range, and it has targeting, which essentially this may grant aim, increase the attack roll by 2 of 1 team member in short range of as his action this round. So essentially, you've got the model that's been, the model this uses targeting on has -2 FN to whatever he needs to hit with. Personal abilities, light on your feet. If this M.E.R.C. has at least 1 movement point, he may turn up to 360 degrees without using movement points, which is pretty good. Even if your armor's broke, you still got 1 movement point left, so That's not bad. Stay frosty. All other members of this team in short range of this M.E.R.C. may reroll their initiative, which can be really, really powerful. I can see a lot of people taking the spotter. So coming on to the booster. Initiative modifier of 2. Reaction of 5. I know words, shut up. Courage of 5, movement of 2, 3 blood, 2 armour, 4 armour failure, and 6 for interact. And the kit is a single shot, which is kind of like the sniper rifle but not strong. 1 attack needing 4s, strength 2, short, medium or long range, and it's got aim on it, so it's essentially a one-shot rifle, which I don't see why you can't move and shoot with. Well, you know, hey ho. Enhancers, got 4 of them. Got to be in base range, boosted 2, adrenaline 2, which you can't move and act with, which is a shame. Boosted 2, this M.E.R.C. may use an enhancer to grant adrenaline 2 to one team member within range as his action for this round. This effect lasts for 2 rounds, discard enhancer after use, and adrenaline 2, if this M.E.R.C. is under the effects of adrenaline 2, this M.E.R.C. and has his courage roll increased by 1, reaction increased by 2, and increases the attack rolls by 2. So essentially means you're a lot more alert and a lot more accurate and a lot less afraid. So personal abilities: hair trigger after taking 2 or more blood in a round. This M.E.R.C., if this M.E.R.C. survives, he gains 1 attack immediately. Not bad. And martyr: if this M.E.R.C. is killed, all of the team members increase their attack rolls by 1, which give you another tactical benefit. You could rush him in, get him killed, and everyone else gets better. Would mean you've lost a team member, but you know, gives you some benefits. And finally, the gunner. Initiative modifier of 1, reaction of 5, courage of 6, movement of 2, 3 blood, 2 armour, 3 arm failure, 6 interact. She's got a shotgun, 2 attacks, needing 5, strength of 2, base, short and medium range, so essentially 2 card length. Attack and move template load. Has also got 1 repair kit, which got to be in base range and you can repair, which you automatically repair 1 friendly model's armour with it as the action. So the template is that long and it gets all models, so each model, friend or foe within the template, takes 2 attacks. And you have to load the shotgun. I've got load on it. Attack and move, -1 movement, +2 FN, so you need 7s and you can only move 1. Hot potato for personal abilities. This M.E.R.C. may relocate any grenade placed within short range to another location in short range of this M.E.R.C. This also includes the demo of this faction frag grenade. You throw it to this model means you get an extra 1 card length if you want to use it that way. And tuck and roll, if this M.E.R.C. does not have to stop at an elevated change if descending and does not take blood from falling. So essentially this model can jump off cliffs if he wants. So that's it for the C.C.C. Overall, pretty much an better faction from their first edition counterpart. What I have to say though is the incinerator is improved, but not improved at the same time. It's made better by having the choice of using the template and not being stopped by the pinned or frozen effect. Having said that though, when it dies, explosive is going to be a problem. Might not be immediately, but I can see it being a problem at some point. So at the end of that, we'll come on to other faction.